Hey, I'm Noodle Yeti, and this is going to be another Restoration Vault week. I actually did more keys as Boomy, but it's alright. I actually did a whole bunch of keys as everything else. As everything total, I think. So would you look at that? We got a Myth Track ring, or chest here, and ring. Crit Mastery on the ring, and Crit Mastery on the chest. And it's the exact same stats as the tier piece. What is this? Amorphous Relic. Trinket. Upon entering combat and every 60 seconds, gain either massive or miniature. That's kind of interesting, but I don't think we'll be going with that. We got a hero track wrist. I don't know what we should do here. I think probably the biggest upgrade would be this ring. And I do like the stats. Mastery heavy with crit. So yeah, you know what? We're just going to go with that. And to kind of show off a little bit of my progress here, let's go ahead and see if we can pull up something over here. So there we go. Alright, so this week I actually did 4 keys as healer, and it was a bunch of 6s and 1 4. Or 3 6s, I should say, and 1 4. I did Theater of Pain twice. I wanted to make sure I did it on the 4 first, just to see if it would be difficult or how difficult it would be. And then going into the 6, it was actually a decent bit harder than the 4. We did 2 chests, the Mechagon Workshop, which felt really good. And this is where we're at now. And in fact, actually that Mechagon Workshop, if we go to our overall score, is now one of our top keys. So we actually have a healing key in our top. And then I was bored and I ran some as Boomy. As you can see, I got a few 11s done. I think I got all 3 of these 11s done this week, if we scroll up. Yeah. Dark Flame, Top, Flood. Got all those done. I also actually ran a couple as tank as well. I got bored and wanted to have some fun, so I ran a 4 Motherlode and Priory. It was a lot easier than I remember. Well, actually, I feel like tanking at this level, at the level of 4s and whatnot, is a lot easier than healing. Definitely not as easy as damage. Damage is probably the easiest. You just go along for the ride and push your buttons. But tanking so far is a lot easier than healing. But yeah, that's what's going on with that. That's where I'm at now. I did open the vault as Feral, and I think that's what I'm going to start setting my loot specialization to, just so I can start getting maybe a couple agility trinkets. That way, if I want to run Feral or Guardian more, I'll have a few more trinket options, I guess. I think this week is the week that we get our next little coin thing, so we could buy some gear. I'm not quite sure what gear option I'd want from this. Honestly, I have no idea. I mean, maybe I could get like a House of Cards or a Mugs Moxie Jug for Boomkin. I don't know. Or maybe even this best in... Well, I don't know about the best in slots. It'll only be hero track, and it won't be the same. I think it'll be a little bit less of an eye level than this fortune crafted one. And I can still recraft my things like this in order to use up my currency or whatever it is. Whatever these are called. Gilded Undermine Crests. Looks like I have some, so I could actually craft another piece of gear or upgrade the weapons I have now. As for gold, I also have had a really busy week again, so I didn't really do anything or do much. As you can see, I think it's only like 11,000 gold here, so we're definitely gonna have to make up some time this week and next week for all the missed farming these past 2 weeks. But yeah, I think I'll go ahead and show off the game that I've been working on a little bit now. Give me a second here. Alright, so here we are, and yet again, like I said, it's been pretty busy, so I haven't had a whole lot of time to do much. As we can see here, I kind of reduced the size a little bit. I have to work on the positioning, haven't done any of that. But if I click on XP, and then I click yes, you can see that I actually put points into the tower itself. Now it'll only allow me to... Currently, it'll only allow me to upgrade them or give them experience if I have the points for it. And it's a 1-to-1, my points to the tower's points. What I want to do, though, is I actually want to change that, so it actually only costs about... It depends on which tower. I'll have to change the formula for each. But basically, I want to be like 100 points for the first level, and every level after, it goes up by 50. Something like that. And I want to have like a cap, and I want these to be able to level up based upon the enemies they kill. And every time they level up, Oh, overloading. Whoops, I think I'm gonna have to close this. Dang it. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to fix something. I'm not quite sure what was causing this encoding issue here. But pretty much I want it so that way every level the tower goes up, I want it to increase its damage, its health, and maybe its fire rate. I'm not quite sure about that. I think that'll depend on the tower. I think it'll be a difference between damage or fire rate, depending on which kind of tower it is. Like if it's a missile tower, I'll have the option to upgrade damage, but every time it levels up, its fire rate goes up. Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But I think I want like a trade-off kind of thing. I don't know. Like I said, I have a lot of thinking to do. But yeah, I got that little bit of UI working there. Let's see if it'll allow me to do this without an encoding overload again. We also got this damage option here. This one I just started to work on. As you can see, it doesn't quite work yet. It just gets to this point, and of course we are getting to an encoding overload already. Wow. Okay. All right. We'll have to figure out why it's doing that there. But yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much that. That's the game. That's the vaults. I got fancy new ring here. 85-year tenure ring. I think this comes from Motherlode. No. This is the Cinder Brew Meadery. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. I think I have enough crests now that I want to craft another piece. I'm thinking of crafting either boots or belts because I think these are my last champion slots. I got gloves as well. But I'm thinking about going with boots because they're haste mastery. I want to swap those stats out for something else. Maybe like crit burst or something like that. Haste burst. I don't know. But anyways, thank you for watching and I will see you next week.